Hi everyone, in this video I made another loom bands headband, but in a different way than I made my last one. This one I just did straight across the loom, and so I tried it this way, kind of using my tips from making a scarf on a circle loom with yarn kind of thing, so like a knitted scarf on a circle loom. So basically that's what I was using as my reference because I'd never seen a loom band headband in this style before. So this is how it started turning out, and the following clip you will see the real-time video of me completing this headband. So I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, so I'm about to finish off my second loom band headband, and when I made my first one here, I had not seen anyone else do loom bands, headbands, and then I looked it up online, and it basically looks like you just do like the bracelet thing where you use the full loom and then add like some braiding at the end so that it fits your head. But I have a lot of loom bands to use up, so I tried using my knowledge from like knitting, the round knitting looms kind of thing, and just kind of translating it onto the loom, the loom bands, loom pegboard type thing. So I'm just gonna close the door to my room. So this one, I put the elastics around in like a kind of rectangle and like made it hat style kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I did with that one. Like you would make a hat on a circle loom type of thing. This one I did it the scarf way, so, and to make sure it fits around my head I've just been wrapping it around and testing it. So I feel like there's not too many rows left, maybe one more row. So, and then I'll see if I can figure out how to finish it off, because this is the first time I've ever done this. Okay, that. This is one of those latch hooks, but with the little floppy piece removed. My dad did that for me because we couldn't find the metal loom band hooks at the time, so this is one of the latch hook. It's a latch hook, but the little floppy piece has been removed. So my friend's brother found a bunch of loom bands at the thrift store, and I still have to pay them back for it. But because I have this new collection, I wanted to figure out something I can do that uses up a lot of loom bands and I can actually use more than the bracelets, which I use the bracelets for more for like ponytails and less for bracelets because the textures kind of bothers me on if I use it for a bracelet type of thing. So all right, and here I'm just doing this so I have all of them measured out. Okay, and I'm going to take this measuring tape, and when I'm done I will measure how long it takes. But I think this is the final row, so hopefully I can close this off right. Okay, that's right. I have to go from this end and attach here, 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 here. I hope you enjoy the real-time video here. 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 These are extra dash ones that fell on the ground after I finished that color. So that's why they're there. Because I only have 1 or 2 of the band. So that's why I've put them there. Alright. Now, it doesn't matter what side I start with. I'll start with this side. And then I flip the loom around so I can see the peg this way, and I grab the bottom 2 bands. Whoops, I did that the wrong way. Now, I'm gonna take these off. I broke my previous loom that I was working with. It was already broken, but broke it to the point where I don't have a solid row like this anymore. So it still works, it's just not a solid row like this, so I had to change this over from one loom to another. And so from this side, sorry. Alright, I gotta find it. Okay, grab that. I don't know if you can see that on camera. So I grab this one and I pull it over the top so that it's coming, so that the row comes off this way instead of in the grooves here, because then it would be harder to make it work like this. So I have to purposely pull it so that it's on this side, if that makes any sense. So alright, and I've been doing this while watching TV, so because it's a somewhat silent craft I can do while watching TV, so I don't disturb the rest of my family who's watching the TV show with me, type of thing. Okay, and there. And this does take, in case you didn't realize, quite a few bands. Okay. This is difficult. Okay. And up, over. I was curious if I could use like a hat loom and use loom bands on it, and would work the same. And I have some hat looms where the pegs tend to come loose, so I won't be doing this type of weaving with like these bands on the looms that have removable pegs, but I have some that don't, so that should work for those as well, I think, in theory. All right. And the first row that I made, all my bands had did like the 8, the figure 8 or the infinity symbol for the first row, and then the rest I showed you how to do. And the second row was just stretch the band over 2 pegs. All right. All right, now that's done. I'm going to try it on my head one more time, but I'm fairly certain it's going to fit. Plus it's elastic, so it'll stretch. I just don't want it to be tight because a tight headband will cause a headache. So. I think it should fit. All right. So I measured my head. I think it's, you need it smaller than your head because it needs to pull back your hair, right? So I think, when I measured my head, I was 24 inches. So let's see how long this is. And the headband that I currently have made was 22, and that's actually quite loose on me. Now this says 21. This is 21 inches. Or actually, if I stretch out the tape measure, that's more around like 20-ish inches. I think it's fine. Okay, so now the way you do this kind of thing with a loom is, or the way I've done it anyway. Okay, I'm going to take the bottom of the loom thing here. I need my tool. Where is it? And I place it back on the loom itself. Come on, work with me. And then this should be pretty simple to attach back together, in theory. And I've had non-slip headbands before, and it basically just has a rubber lining. So in theory, I haven't tried this with a workout yet, or with a super intense workout yet. This whole thing should be anti-slip. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Come on. Don't be difficult. Don't be difficult. Okay, so I think that's good now. I should, in theory, be able to just do this. Take the bottom, oops, gotta go from this side at the loom. What? Something, looks something's wrong here. Oh, maybe it's right. Okay. Here, I think it's right. Just needs a sec to regain the shape after being pulled. I think that's what was throwing me off. Sorry, that was off camera. Yeah, this part I was kind of unsure about, but I think it just needs a sec to regain its shape. Don't collect the blue, just the green. Sorry, I'm focused. I tend to be quiet when I'm focused. I think I'm doing this right, but I have no frame of reference, so other than with my yarn looms, and this is a different medium, so. And now let's move the blue to the bottom of the loom, and hopefully I can do like a purl stitch to finish it off, in theory. Okay, so I grab the bottom, I believe, with purl stitch, loop it over the top, and then I do the same over here. I grab the bottom, bring it over the top, and then take this previous band, put it on there, again, purl. I think I'm doing this right. I'm making this up as I go, honestly. Trying to take tips from my loom knitting that I have to attach these two pieces together. Okay. I tried a few different techniques when closing this one up, so it wasn't completely all the same, but I'm going to try and do the same this time around. Okay, and grab the bottom loop up, place it back, place it on the peg in front of it. Ah! No, it came undone. Ah! It came undone, no! Okay. Hopefully I'm putting these back in the right order. Fudge, it came undone. Okay. Okay. Back on here. Okay. And like so. I know it's very colorful, but I like colorful things, so it's not everyone's taste, and I understand that. But this was also a tester too, so to see if it's even possible. Oh, great. Right. Now, purl up. Place down, like so. Grab that purl. Alright, and purl up, like so. I've literally never seen anyone make a loom band headband this way, so this is completely new territory for me. And if this is new for you, tell me if you like the look, or think I could, you know, improve it in some way. So now I'm done here. What do I do? Because this is going to come apart. I don't want clasps because I'm going to have to end up, because I'm going to stretch it out with wearing it on my head. Right? So I have to try and finish this without using the clasps. Trying to think of different ways to finish this off. Basically using what now I know from putting a ribbon on a bookmark type thing. Essentially is what I'm trying to do now. Just take that tip. Okay. And now if I pull that through there, I feel like that's pretty stuck together. Ah, that's where I had to reattach everything. Thankfully it can be covered by my hair. I think that worked out pretty well. Yay! Alright, I'm gonna try it on. Does it fit? In theory, it should be anti-slip, right? Because I've seen anti-slip headbands and they just have like a rubber lining, and this whole thing is rubber. So I don't know if you can see me on the camera there, but I'll take my camera off the stand and change the angle. So, yes, I have a pimple. Whatever. That is the end result. It does fit my hair. Yay! And that took me about 20 minutes, roughly. Interesting. Now if I wanted to... One sec, I'm going to adjust it so I can show different colors of it. So, you're going to look at the ceiling. Okay. I'm getting my little hair strands off the bandana here. Now if I take the back and put it at the front of the headband, that's what that looks like. With the glitter bands over there. Not bad. The glitter bands though, as I was working with them, the glitter was kind of coming off on my fingers. And I had my cat on my lap during some of the making of this, and I noticed that she had like a little sparkle on her tail at one point. Alright, I'm going to show a different angle of it now. Sorry. You're looking at the ceiling now. Yes, that's a tile ceiling, where you can pop them out and move them. And that's the colorful, sparkly side altogether. I like it. Turned out really nice. Very, very colorful, so not for everyone. But, hey, I like it. It holds back my hair. It does the job. And it lets me have a little color in my outfit if Everything else is, you know, if I'm feeling like, you know, like I wanted to have a little bit of color on my outfit kind of thing. But not the whole thing being rainbow exploded on me kind of thing. But, yeah. Yeah. Looks nice. How do you think it turned out? Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.